Hello Gunpla fans, this is Cookie Slayer for the final part of my Kämpfer review. Today I'll put the kit together, finally, and I'll show what the weapon looks like in its hands, on him, and I'll try to pull out some interesting pauses. So, without further ado, let's put this guy together. There we go. Okay, so here's the kit when put all together. I'll do a quick 360 so you can see all the details. One thing I noted is that this kit actually looks very cool from the back with all the thrusters, which is, I guess, a little bit sad because we won't see those most of the time. So here we go. So let's see a bit of movement. The arms cannot go very far up, but obviously they can do a full 360 if you turn them, but it's hard because it's the pulley cap and it's pretty tight for the forward and backward movement. Otherwise, well, we decided the arm really doesn't really bend much. Otherwise, you cannot reach, obviously, his other shoulder, but you could probably do a facepalm at least. So that's that. For the arms, I mean the legs, they can't go very far up, but you don't have skirts, so it's easy to go forward. So I guess you could do a kind of kick if you wanted to. The head can go that high, so not much up and down movement, and forward and backward there's nothing. And the rotation is full 360, like expected. Same for the torso, it rotates, but it doesn't have that much. Well, there's a bit forward and backward movement, but not very much. So yeah, like we saw, the legs don't bend much, so that way you don't have a lot of movement. For the feet, they don't move a lot sideways, so that's about as much as you can go with the feet staying flat. So overall, not much movement or possibility. So for this part, I thought I would show you guys how the weapon attached on the suit. So for the rocket launcher, it's a two-piece. This part goes into the backpack and this one serves as an attachment. So it goes like this, and then you just close it around the ledge here. There you go. This is going to go behind him. There's one attachment for the shotgun, goes behind his back. It's pretty much the same principle. Two pieces, you put the weapon in like this, and there's a curved surface for the bottom of the weapon. Then you just close it. This one goes on his rear skirt, well, midsection. And the Stormfirst, there's actually a little piece that opens and closes. You just have to put it in. I think that one's the left one. There you go. Oh. So let's put those on the suit. There you go. So this is a pretty simple pose with all its weapon attached and his shotgun in his hand. The open hand doesn't look that good holding the shotgun, but as you can see, the handle doesn't really hold it like he is going to shoot it, so there's not much you can do with that, not in a ground pose anyway. The Stormfrosts really hold very well here on the side of his legs, and in the back you have both rocket launchers. Those are pretty solid, don't have any problem with them. The shotgun on the other hand is a bit wobbly. I might have to find a way to tighten that if I want to hold it, and you cannot put the long version of the shotgun behind, otherwise it's too long and it moves. So yeah, I'll get a turntable soon because turning it by hand is a bit weird, but there you go. That's a good look at the ground pose. So as you can see, the bazooka can go over his shoulder, which is very nice. So you can totally pull off the I'm shooting my big bazooka look. The only thing you need to do is remove the holding part from the backpack and it fits perfectly. One thing I noticed while placing him in that pose is that the feet really don't move well, so it's hard to put them flat on the ground if you try to spread his legs a bit for action pause. Otherwise he holds up pretty well because of the giant feet. So there we go. I'm pretty sure he's could do a pretty cool pose with both bazookas in each hand, which I'll try to do afterward. So yeah, pretty nice that the bazooka handle can move that way, because most kits cannot have the bazooka over their shoulder and actually look good. So that's a plus. So here you go. Bolt rocket launcher fully ready to unleash some devastation. I tried to put him on a stand, but I realized that he seems to go back a bit. I realized that there's no adapter that can fit under here to have him on a flight stand. So I'll have to either make a hole or modify an adapter, because this is the larger one and it doesn't fit at all. I thought about putting one in the peg here, but it messes up with the thrusters, so apparently you need to modify him a lot if you want him on a stand, which is really sad, because I feel like this kit will be a lot better looking on moving in the air, since he's so agile. Also wanted to do that pause when he's flying low in the streets of the colony with his shotgun scraping the soil and everything in the anime, but that's going to necessitate some modifications. And here we go. This is going to be my verdict. So overall, I really like the look of the kit. I think one of his strong points is all the details on it. The holes here, all the thrusters, although it's kind of sad that most of them are on his backside. Another good point is all his weapon. He looks pretty badass when fully equipped, totally ready to blow up a full Earth Federation division. Other than that, I can't say it's a very posable kit. Like I've said before, the fact that you cannot easily put him on a stand is really detrimental to it. Also, the fact that his backside is probably the most interesting part is kind of sad. You cannot do that many action pause because of the shotgun that is held in a resting position more than a shooting position. But you can do some pretty awesome stuff with the rocket launchers over his shoulder, so there's that. Otherwise, I'm still very surprised that the two parts on the head here, the two vents, are not orange like the other orange part that there's already a lot of. I mean, it's two small parts. They could probably have made the sprue a bit different to include them in orange instead of blue, because that makes it so if you don't paint it, well, the head is pretty bland. Obviously mine is worse because I haven't put the stickers for the eye yet, since I'm going to paint him. Otherwise, the build itself was not that interesting, but then again, it's an older kit. Some parts were hard, like the wire, but that was a change of pace, so I didn't mind too much. The screws are a bit of the pain, but at the same time, they're interesting because you can tighten them a bit more if you want it to be a bit less loose. That also makes it that the arms don't drop much. He can hold pretty much anything in his hands. The ends are definitely the plus. The closing ends are very solid, so weapons are holding perfectly. I won't have to put a pin in them. I was expecting to have to, but I don't, so that's great. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend the kit if you don't plan on painting it though, because the color is really not that great. It's a kit that I feel would really shine if they did a new one with a better frame, because the posability, especially of the legs, is terrible. It's definitely a bulky kit, even though it's supposed to be a very high mobility mobile suit, so that's kind of weird to me, that it cannot move more than that, and especially that you cannot place him on a flight stand. Overall, I wouldn't recommend the kit if you're not a big fan of the Kämpfer. Like, it's one of my favorite mobile suits, so I don't regret buying it at all, especially since I'm going to repaint him anyway. So the color issue is not really an issue for me. Like, if you really like the Kämpfer, you can buy this one. Otherwise, I know there's a third-party version that uses the Zaku 2.0 frame, which is supposed to be a lot more mobile. I do like the look of the third-party one, but obviously the quality won't be as good if you don't manage to find the resin version of it. I really wish Bandai made a second version of the Kämpfer. So if you like the Kämpfer, go ahead, but be advised that it is an old kit, so don't expect the details and the posability and the gimmicks of the newer ones. So I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any comment, feedback, please leave a comment below. If you like, well, like the video and subscribe. But yeah, don't forget to give me your feedback, because otherwise I won't be able to improve. So there you go. Have a nice one.